A few weeks ago, my good friend Greg came to the small barn workshop to take some drone footage. As well as owning a fantastic flying camera, Greg also loves his HiFi system and owns an amazing library of vinyl records. Greg mentioned he would like a stand to display his now playing record and also suggested a logo he would like engraving on it. To ensure I had the geometry correct, I made a quick mock-up from some offcuts. Now Greg's HiFi unit is oak, and to match I'm using this oak log, which is an offcut from the supports I cut for the barn a few years ago. To turn the small log into usable timber, I first need to create a flat face to reference from and then a 90-degree square edge. This is not easy as the dimensions exceed the machinery I have in the workshop. Ideally I would have done this on the bandsaw, but it's just too small. So I made a sled from softwood board and wedges and screwed the log onto it so it could not rock. When working at the table saw, I like to keep my crown guard on whenever possible, but because my R255 does not currently have a shark fin riving knife as yet, I needed to move the riving knife briefly. I do not undertake such cuts lightly and made sure that I was out of the firing line should kickback occur. Once I had square timber, I then took it to the thickness planer to plane all around. And then returned it to the table saw to finally dimension the pieces by choosing the best cuts. Now I have my two pieces. It was just a case of marking out the nosing to accept a rebate into which the record sleeve will sit. And a chamfer on the front edge of the rear piece to allow the record sleeve to tilt. Before I could glue the two pieces together, I needed to laser the design into the nosing. I used an offcut of oak to dial in the laser settings of the Falcon 2. There are some airline splits in the timber, so these were filled with Sqaure glue and sanded. I only had one shot at laser engraving the nosing, and setup was very important. Thankfully, it came out perfectly. I can now glue the two pieces together and leave overnight. The next day I cut the piece to its final length, referencing from the laser engraving. Then filled any imperfection and sanded through the grits. I have finally put the Falcon 2's enclosure together and used the laser one final time to put a small barn design logo on the base. I finished the project off with a few coats of beeswax and added some rubber feet. And that's it, a nice little project that was only complicated by cutting the stock from a log. Let me know how you think it turned out.